Hi everybody, well this is Blue and I would like to talk about science and religion. Now a lot of people think that science has hurt religion, and while it has hurt some religions, it has not hurt many. Um, you see, being a pagan, we like to learn. We like to look and understand the world around us. We want to know how things work. And the only way we can see things work is if we learn, we watch, we perceive the world around us. We cannot stay in a room and read a little book. That's just the way it is for us. You see, the Abrahamic religions have suffered greatly to religion. For those that have read the Bible and have done some research, the Bible and the Quran and such and science do not get along very well. The Bible says that pi is 3. It's not 3, it's 3.1419527, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can't use the Bible for a lot of information. Okay, so let's throw it out. And so there are just many times where science, math, and history disproves religion, the Christian religion. And while we have problems with history because a lot of the pagan beliefs, a lot of the artifacts and such have been destroyed by those wonderful Christians, science has not harmed us that much. Now, there's a lot of you going, well, science disproves so many things. Things are just, wishful thinking. And that's wrong. You see, science is about explaining the world around us. They like to put everything in like a numeric value. When this and this happen, the result is this. A plus B equals C. It's very simple. And so we can be disproven on some things. But then again, sometimes we actually get backed up in what we understand. And so science is our friend. It is not the enemy. But I wanted to talk to you mostly today is about magic. Now, I want to explain to you that science has not disproven magic in any way, shape, or form. You see, we got to understand that science has not answered all the questions. There are many things that science hasn't even began to understand yet. We do not know everything. Since there are still so many unknowns, there are possibilities that certain things can happen. Okay? Until magic has been completely disproven, which it hasn't, it cannot be said that it is an impossibility. And now we got to go to the dictionary. Now we hear a lot about paranormal activity. So what is paranormal activity? Paranormal activity is simply anything that is beyond known science. Okay? Anything that science cannot explain is paranormal. 75 years ago, cell phones would have been a paranormal device. 75, well, I better go back 100 years. The atomic bomb, paranormal. Do you understand? Things that were just wishful thinking or a hypothesis 100 years ago is now fact. What was just a hypothesis or a theory 100 years ago was paranormal activity because it was beyond science. Now, if you have done any spiritual investigations, ghosts and such, spirits, hauntings, poltergeists, you would have known that they have came up with some wonderful technology that has kind of started to look into the existence of spirits in a more scientific manner. We have thermal scanners where they can scan a room and they can pick out, oh, there's a hot spot or there's a cold spot. That's kind of odd, and investigate it. They have these ghost box, which is basically like a baby scanner with a computer, and it scans frequencies, and they can every so often pick up a voice. And while I'm kind of skeptical on that at this current time, it is possible. The other thing is EEPs, which is sounds, where if you put down a recorder and you walk away and all that, sometimes now with our high-tech recorders, like my little digital recorder right here, you can pick up an electronic noise. You can pick something up, something that you can't explain, and that is a paranormal event. You don't know how the sound got there, but it's there. How did it happen? You got to make a hypothesis about how it occurred. Okay? And so at this current time, when we have an unknown noise, unknown voice on one of these, we have to hypothesize that we're not 100% sure, but it could be a spirit trying to communicate with us, somebody across on the other world. Okay? And that's a wonderful thing. Because science cannot explain everything, we do have people that see auras. I myself have saw my aura. I have astral traveled. I have seen ghosts. I have felt ghosts. These are personal experiences that I cannot prove, but these are events that I know have happened. We need, until science can prove that what has happened in my past was just a fluke somehow, then you have to take it as a possibility. And that's all we need. There is a possibility that great magics can be done. I mean, yes, we know it is physically impossible for me to take my hand and go fireball and have a fireball shoot out my hand. We know that is impossible. Okay. But right now it is impossible. There can be a science, 100 years down the road that explains some of the things that has happened. We develop new technologies. We see a little bit more and more every day. So just remember that everything is possible. Embrace science. Do not be like the Christians out there that say that are two-faced. Science is evil. Science is trying to deceive you, but they're on their computer, which was developed by what? Science. Computers are slowly making it more and more possible for us to learn more and more. They have discovered a galaxy that is like 16 billion light years away, which was like been created at the first, 100,000 years of the universe. And, we're learning so much from that. Okay, I'm going to restate some stuff here. Just because we don't know about it does not mean that it does not exist. 200 years ago, radiation, we didn't know it existed. It took a couple of scientists to experiment. Marie Curie, she was able to prove radiation existed. It didn't all of a sudden exist then. It just means that we knew about it then. It always existed. And that's the way we have to perceive magic. It's there. We can feel the energy. You have put your hands together like this, and you can feel like there's a ball of swirling energy just going round and round in your hands, because you know that you have energy. Okay? Everything in this universe is energy. Okay, we think, we just say we're solid. We're not energy, but we are. We are made of molecules. We are made, and those molecules are made out of atoms. Those atoms are made out of protons, electrons, and neutrons. They have charges. They are made out of quarks, which is basically a minute piece of energy. We are solidified energy right here. Everything that is natural has energy. My Tree of Life candle holder right here. Because it's a natural item, it has a network of energy in it and around it. And that's how come items that we want to hold as tools to focus our energy can focus our energy. Because this wand right here is a matrix of energy. It is a pattern of energy, and because it is of energy, I can put energy through it to manipulate it, to focus it, to work it. Okay? So, embrace science, learn from it, and you will find out that it can strengthen your beliefs. All right? So, thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.